to ravepubs.com/InfoComm for all your InfoComm news. Hey everyone, Steph Beckett here at InfoComm 2026. Last day of the show, I'm joined by the lovely Jenn Heinold. How are you?
Hi everyone, I'm great, Steph. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here all week.
Of course. So for those who are watching and listening, talk a little bit about what you do for AVIXA.
So I run InfoComm with my team in the United States, and I also run InfoComm America Latina, which takes place in October in Mexico City.
Amazing. So it's day 3. We're almost to the very end of the show. First things first, what has stuck out most to you this week?
Well, a few things. You know, we launch these activations on our show floor, so we have 4 of them. Mm-hmm. The AVIXA TV studio, an area called The Pitch, which showcases fan experience, our smart workplace, and then our retail experience. And the whole purpose of those was to show AV in action, right? You talk to a lot of end users. I know you do your end user tour every year. And when I talk to end users, they said to me, Jen, I don't come to InfoComm for one single product. I come to outfit an entire space.
That's
so
true.
We wanted to show spaces completely integrated with product, and it's been a highlight for the attendees this year. They've really gotten in and explored. Some of the activation areas have done pop-up sessions. All of them have been doing tours. It's been really cool.
That's awesome. Something that I have noticed from the people that I have talked to on the show floor all week is that they felt like the end user number was actually up. They were like, I have seen so many more end users that I didn't know before, particularly at HETMA. Yeah. Joe Way said, I have met so many new people from new universities that I had no idea existed and had no idea HETMA existed. Yeah. Is that what you're seeing at this InfoComm show too?
Yeah, I've heard that a lot from our exhibitors as well. In complete transparency, I haven't dug into the numbers that
is
deeply.
Okay. We're still early.
Yes, but yeah, we saw great end user numbers going into the show, and we made that a focus more over the past couple of years, and I'm glad I'm getting that feedback too from our exhibitors. And I'm glad Joe saw it as well. That's good. That means we're doing something right.
Absolutely. I think that you have done such a great job about listening to the average attendee and what their job roles are and what they're looking for out of InfoComm and really molding it to meet what those people are looking for.
Well, that's what I'm here for, right? It's to serve the community. InfoComm is the best platform for AVIXA to serve our community, and it's truly an honor to be in this role, so I don't want to let anyone down, and I do love to listen to people, so anybody who's watching this and has feedback, hit me up on LinkedIn, please reach out. I would welcome it.
I know that you have probably not gotten to wander the show floor just by yourself as much as you would have liked to, but you have walked through the show floor. Is there a trend that kind of stuck out to you that you were like, oh, I wasn't really expecting to see so much of this? Awesome.
You know what I've heard this week? Of course, AI is always a big topic.
100%.
We knew it would be. But what I felt shift in the conversation, and I would love your perspective, is less about is AI taking away jobs and more about here's how AI is going to make our jobs easier.
Yes.
More productive, more efficient. Now we're going to go to work with half a dozen AI agents by our side.
Yes.
And it's going to allow us to be more creative, do more things. So I've been really inspired by that shift this week. I think my other takeaway has been about beyond just conferencing and collaboration, intelligent space when it comes to work, and really thinking about how do we leverage the AI and IT equipment in a room to have energy efficiency savings and to make the work experience more personalized and customized to the individual coming into work. So those are probably my 2 top takeaways.
I 100% agree with you. I talked with Ben on AVIXA TV about this morning, and I describe AI to him as have you ever seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes.
So you know how his dad loses his job at the beginning of the movie because he used to be screwing the tops on toothpaste tubes. Right. Then they get a robot to do it, so the dad loses his job. But at the end of the movie, he gets a job repairing the robot that screws the toothpaste tubes on the toothpaste. And that is how I feel about AI.
I love that analogy.
Thank you very much. I don't know where it came from, but I'm running with it.
Yeah,
and I feel like, that's kind of what it is. It's not going to it'll take away some jobs, but it'll also create slightly different new ones.
Yes.
So that has been the conversation this week of like, how has it changed my job? How will I need to leverage it in my job in the future?
Right.
And then second, in terms of intelligent spaces, it is most end users want to do more with less.
Yes.
So how are you, the manufacturer, going to help me do that? How can your product help me do that? And so they're making products with intelligence built in because they will have more, but there will be less pressure on that end user, that AV IT in-house integrator.
Yeah. Budgets, we hear about them all day long, right? And then you think about too, like the real estate impact and all the other things. So I just think we're at such a crossroads for our industry, and I felt that energy, right? That buzz of a lot of talk about where we go next. So I also think it's really a bridge for us for InfoComm 27, right? So how do we bring more about intelligent spaces, regardless of where it is, right? If it's in a stadium, if it's in a live events venue, if it's in a classroom or workplace, and then we're going into the home, right? With Reside. So
absolutely.
I feel like it's been such a launch pad for what our longer term vision could be.
Yes. InfoComm 27 is going to look a lot different. Y'all have Lightapalooza involved, the new show Reside.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about what we're going to see next year. Give me a little hint.
So we are going to have 3 shows co-located in Orlando in 2027. We will still have the core InfoComm, right? And that'll include workplace solutions, live event solutions, all the categories that we've covered for years. And then next to it will be Reside, and that'll focus on home automation, home theater, consumer electronics, outdoor audio, video, lighting, all the things that make your home smarter and a better experience to have inside the home. And then we acquired Lightapalooza, as you saw, and that show is so cool. Right? It's amazing. We're here in the convention center. You see the new lighting here. What a case study in what lighting does. Now, Lightapalooza is focused on residential exclusively, but looking at the products, I can't help but think about some of our commercial integrators might want to come explore that floor as well. Because I could see it in a workplace, I could see it in a retail store. So
look, residential and commercial, we get inspired by each other constantly. So makes a lot of sense. I'm looking forward to it. When will InfoComm 2027 be?
It's June 16th through the 18th.
Okay, and back in Orlando.
Yes,
which is my favorite, by the way. I like a little hour and 15-minute flight.
I'm an East Coaster too. You know,
awesome.
So,
Well, Jen, where can people find more about InfoComm? Where can they find more about AVIXA?
InfoComm.org and AVIXA.org.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time and congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks, Steph.
And don't forget to go to ravepubs.com/InfoComm for all your InfoComm 2026 news. Again, I'm Steph Beckett, and we'll see you next time.